Nikki Poor, our Director of Education and Outreach for the Kalamazoo Civic Theater, but today we're talking about Shrek. Nikki, you're directing the upcoming production of Shrek. I love Shrek. I love the movie.
I love Shrek. Yep.
But this is the musical. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about what the differences are between the movie and the musical?
Aside from the fact that it's a musical and there's musical numbers added in, the main difference between the animated film and this musical is that we see Fiona's story from the beginning. We see her as a child. We see her parents taking her to the tower, telling her why she's going in the tower, and instead of just when Shrek meets her at the tower later on, we see her as a child and get to see her backstory and kind of how she is trying to let the fairy tales dictate her life too.
Okay. And this is a traditional musical, not a traditional musical?
It's a traditional musical in the sense that there are characters in conflict trying to find their way. There's a love story, as is in a lot of traditional musicals, but it's all seen through the eyes of an ogre. I think that's a big difference. And there is something just a little bit different about, I think, Janine Tesori's music and David Lindsay-Abair's lyrics. They're really clever, and even though we're kind of in this castle time, in this medieval-ish time period where fairy tale creatures roam the land, the music is really contemporary, and there's a big sound in the score, and the lyrics are just extremely clever.
What is going to be unique about our production?
David Kine, our senior designer, and Anne-Marie Miller, our lighting and sound designer, have come up with this really unique concept that I've never seen before. They're using projections on the back white sight curtain, which normally, you see different lighting colors and things like that's how they kind of do that back sight curtain. But in this situation, they're going to project in reverse cut paper drawings so that it will bring some dimension and different locations and more specificity, I guess, to our locations. I've never seen it done before. The renderings are beautiful. So,
are there lots in the cast? Lots of people in the cast, or?
Yes, we're looking for about 38 people.
Wow.
There's only 2 roles for youth, technically, but we're willing to consider a couple of the fairy tale creatures as youth, which is defined here as 9 to 15 years old.
Okay.
And then 16 and up, we're looking for an ensemble and fairy tale characters. The ensemble will be about 16 people, and we're looking for people that can sing and dance. If you like to sing and dance, the ensemble is kind of the place you might want to go to, and if you want to be really busy during the run of the show. The fairy tale characters will be more focused on being fairy tale characters, and the rehearsal time will be actually a little bit less for them. We're really open to what the volunteers bring at the audition.
Okay. And how would you suggest that somebody prepare for the audition?
Really make sure you have a song that you feel really comfortable with. We'd rather not hear something from the show because we want to see, this is a show of really individual characters, even in that ensemble, so we want to see what they will bring. Know it cold, make sure you're memorized.
And I remember you were really excited about this show when we first announced it way back last February. So why did you want to direct Shrek the Musical?
The moral of this story is that we write our own stories. We don't have to follow what people think we are or what the fairy tale says. Shrek really, he's doing what the fairy tales say. He's living on his own, he's angry, he smells, he pushes people away. But through meeting Donkey, who lets it all hang out and does not care what anyone thinks about him and writes his own story, and then finding love and meeting Fiona, he realizes, I can write my own story. I don't have to be what everybody thinks I am. And I've been judged in the past based on what I look like or what I do, and I don't like that. So I'm glad this musical really flips it and makes our hero an ogre.
So Shrek the Musical plays in the Civic Auditorium from November 28th, that's the day after Thanksgiving, through December 14th. The auditions are coming up pretty quick here. September 28th and 29th, 7 o'clock in the Carver Center. However, if you are a youth, which we are calling
9 to 15,
you are going to be auditioning on Monday, September 29th at 5:30 in Carver Center. So I hope to see everybody out.
Me too.